Today, I will talk about a dragon, which are among the most complex reptiles in my world, the Mitga Shelava. The Mitga Shelava is one of the largest and most powerful dragons in my world. Out of all the dragons, it has the best fire abilities. So the anatomy of Mitga Shelava is pretty much the same as in all other dragons. It has powerful limbs, very similar to mammals, including humans, since they have a thumb like us. They can sometimes stand on their two legs, and they also have horns, which are bigger in stronger and healthier individuals. Sorry, guys, I talk like shit. So, as I was talking about the horns, they usually curve upward, kind of like a ram mixed with a gazelle. It's just a really weird shape I made. And its back is covered in scales similar to those found in pangolins. Also, dragons in general have the ability to grow hair, but Midgashalavas only grow hair at the end of their tail. Since they live in quite hot environments and dry environments too, they don't really need that much fur. Actually, it's not fur, it's just a similar feature that is similar but not made of keratin. And they also have an organ on their throat to spit fire, and another organ that goes like from its chest to its neck, similar to those found in parrots. I don't know how to pronounce it. Syrinx. Holy. Anyways, the reason Mitka Shalava has this organ on its neck, I guess, is so it can produce complex sounds and copy sounds, kind of like parrots. But unlike parrots, they have the neurological ability to talk like us humans. We obviously cannot understand them because they're dragons, they're not humans. As you guys can see from the skull of Mitka Shalava, it has a really big and complex brain compared to their body and their skull, which is very unusual for reptiles. It's actually very similar to mammalian brain and human brains. And that is the reason why Mitgashalavas, or the, not Mitgashalavas, just Mitgashalavas, dragons in general, are the most intelligent reptiles in the world. They also have keratin covering the top of their head, and also their horns, kind of like cows. They also have quite sharp teeth, but those aren't its main weapons when hunting. They primarily use their limbs, and their teeth. The teeth are just sharp enough so it can, bite flesh. And like I have mentioned before, Mitgashalavas are the only reptiles, and honestly, one of the few animals that have the ability to talk, just like us humans. They use the organ on their throat, similar to those in parrots, to mimic each other and form languages, just like us. They communicate to when hunting, asking for things, talking. I don't have to explain much. They talk like us humans. Like I said too, we obviously cannot understand them. That's because their vocals and the sounds they make sound alien to us. But they talk. Because of their intelligence, similar to us humans, Midgashalavas are able to do various things that not many animals, especially reptiles, will ever be able to do, like making villages and tribes, and also building weapons. And just like most dragons, Midgashalavas spit fire. They have a fire organ on their throat, similar to the one found in Macabres. And just like Macabres, it basically sprays this fluid which ignites when in contact with air. They primarily use this fire for defense, intimidating animals, and intimidate other Midgashalavas they may see as a threat or a challenge. One of the most fascinating things about not only Midgashalavas but also dragons in general is that because of their intelligence, they can literally domesticate dinosaurs, theropods, and use them as guard dogs, weapons, and even use them in fights, kind of like gladiators. The dinosaur they like using the most for these purposes are the macabras, which I showed on the last video. They're really powerful theropods that, just like dragons, can also spit fire. And they're overall one of the most powerful and dangerous theropods. Another really interesting thing about Mitga Shelavas is that they kind of tattoo themselves, but it's not really a tattoo like in us humans. They just put this permanent covering of grinded minerals and crystals that are mostly blue or purple. And what they do is that they grind it and put the powder on top of the pangolin like scales they have on their back and tail. And then using some sort of stick, they basically melt the powder, which after cooling down kind of mixes with the scales. Mitga Shelavas and pretty much all dragons are omnivores. They eat meat, they hunt animals in groups similar to lions or even ancient humans. But they also eat plants, they eat leaves and lots of fruits. Baby Mitga Shelavas are pretty interesting. They don't have the horns that their parents have, obviously, because they haven't grown yet. But what's cool about Mitga Shelava babies is that they're huge. Unlike a lot of dinosaur hatchlings we see, Mitga Shelava babies are pretty huge. A single one can be taller than a big horse. The reason why baby Mitga Shelavas and baby dragons in general are so big is because, unlike dinosaur and the majority of reptiles, they don't lay eggs, they just give birth similar to mammals, directly to their young. And they don't, since they give birth directly to their young, they cannot give birth to many of them at once. So they usually give birth to one or two, and sometimes in rare occasions, three. Mitga Shelavas can spread themselves in various places, but the majority of them can be found near the ashy beaches or where creatures like macabres and the ashwalkers live. Just places with a lot of rocks, which they depend to make weapons and all sorts of items. Mitga Shelavas in general are really strong and muscular reptiles. They're incredibly intelligent and, like I said, the most complex reptiles in the world. They are one of my favorite creations, just like all dragons in general. I really like dragons. And I just felt like it was interesting to escape from the cliche we usually see in media of flying dragons. So I made the dragons in my world flightless. Kind of inspired in Cove to Roth from Monster Hunter, you know. But I gave them some of my uniqueness, like their intelligence and inspiration from some animals like parrots and us. Yeah, I'm really glad I created Mitga Shelava and dragons. I hope you guys also liked him. Hello guys. I just want to thank you all for watching this video. I would love if you all subscribe to my channel and share it with others and liked my videos. I appreciate it. I've been getting quite a lot of subscribers. Of course, it's not a lot like most YouTubers, but like over the couple of days, couple of weeks, I think I've gained more than 10 subscribers, and I'm really glad. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys liked Mitga Shelava, which personally is one of my favorite creatures that I've created. So see you on the next video. Look, it's macabres, right? Yeah. Have a nice day.
Why am I wearing this?
I also wanted to apologize about the annoying ass sounds you guys may hear in the background. It's just like my bracelet. Yeah, and just me moving because I record the audios on the bed on my tablet, so it's kind of crap. I'm really sorry about it.